First graders, what's up? Time for phonics again. My name is Miss Smith and today we are doing Saxon Phonics lesson 103. So let's start with a review of our letter cards. Will you start with me on the digraph we just learned, digraph AW, and then we'll keep going. Ready? Digraph AW, digraph AU, diphthong OU, diphthong digraph OW, digraph UE, vowel Y, combination ER, trigraph IGH, digraph AI, digraph AY, combination AR, digraph CH, combination OR, Q, combination QU, combination IR, combination UR, digraph EA, diphthong OI, diphthong OY, final syllable TION, digraph AW. Nice job. All right, let's go to our picture cards. And again, we're starting with the one we learned yesterday, straw, ah. Ready? Straw, ah, faucet, ah, mouse, ow, cow, ow, glue, ooh, cry, I, candy, e, rain, a, hay, a, butter, star, r, light, I, cheese, ch, horse, or, bird, turtle, lotion, shun, circle, s, leaf, e, thread, steak, a, bow, o, banana, oil, oi, toy, oi, straw, ah. Nice job. Okay, now we get to do my favorite part, which are the suffixes. Will you say all the sounds with me? And actually, I'm gonna mix them up because I think they've been getting a little bit too easy. So now let's try them like this, starting suffix ing. Ready? Suffix ing, suffix t, d, ed, suffix es, suffix s, z, suffix less, suffix ness, suffix li, suffix e, suffix ing. Nice job. Okay. We are ready now. Normally we would do our spelling sounds, but there's a bingo game today that I think would be more fun to play. So if you have your bingo sheet, here's what I want you to do. Take either a pencil or a highlighter or something, and we're going to code each of these sounds before we play our game. So here's how this will work. I'll tell you how to code it, and then I'll say 3 times, and 3 times in a row, you'll tell me what that sound is, like this. First one, final syllable, T-I-O-N, bracket. 3 times says, shun, shun, shun. Can we try that again? 3 times says, shun, shun, shun. Go next door, arc diphthong, O-I. 3 times says, oi, oi, oi. Arc diphthong, O-W says, ow. 3 times says, ow, ow, ow. You got it. That letter A, go ahead and put a schwa above it. If there's a schwa above it 3 times, it will say, Go downstairs, arc, combination QU. 3 times says, qu, qu, qu. Next door, letter I, breathe above the I. 3 times says, I. You got it. Go next door, arc, diphthong, OY. 3 times says, oi, oi, oi. Next door, digraph UE. Underline, cross out, macron. 3 times says, you. Nice job, says you. K, we don't have to code. 3 times says, k. You got it. Next door, arc diphthong, OU. 3 times says, ow, ow, ow. C, let's give it a K back. C with a K back is going to say k, k, k. You got it. Next door, letter O, will you put a breve above it? Letter O with a breve says ah, ah, ah. Last row, E with a macron says E, E, E. Next door, combination OR, arc it. 3 times says or. Next door, combination AR, arc it. Says R. And last one, digraph CH underline, says ch, ch, ch. You got it, nice job. Okay, here's how this is going to work then. I will say a sound or a word with a sound, and your job is to cross off the sound as soon as you know which letters make that sound. Here's your first one. Cover up what's the initial sound you hear at the beginning of organ. Organ. And if you need to, you can always bounce the first sound so that you can hear it. Or, like that. Organ. Would be, now you tell me what you crossed out, would be combination OR. Just like that. So it's one nice neat X, and we keep going. As soon as you have 4 across horizontally, or 4 going vertically, or 4 going diagonally, then you can call bingo, and you know you got a bingo. Okay, next one, cross out what's the last sound in the word continue. What's the final sound in continue? Bounce it if you need to. Continue, you. Is a digraph, UE. Good work. Next one. What's the final sound you hear at the end of majestic? What's the final sound in majestic? And I'll give you a clue, there's more than 2 syllables in majestic. So you might need to use our sign over here for which one we use to say k at the end of a word with 2 or more syllables. And it should be letter C. Next one. What's the initial sound you hear at the beginning of chihuahua? Chihuahua. The first sound, the initial sound is digraph CH. Next one, what's the final syllable you hear at the end of tradition? What's the final syllable in tradition? Tradition is final syllable, T-I-O-N. Okay, next one. What's the final sound you hear at the end of plow? What's the final sound at the end of plow? Now some kids will go plow, ow, ow. Oh, I know that one. It's diphthong OU says ow. Be careful. At the end of a word, we don't use OU. We use diphthong OW. Next one, what's the final sound you hear, the final vowel sound at the end of cola? Cola. Final sound. Cola, is a schwa, A. Nice work. Okay, next one. What is the vowel sound you hear in the beginning of evening? What's the first vowel sound you hear at the beginning of evening? It's a vowel E. Oh my goodness, we're getting close to a bingo in a couple of places, up and down or side to side. Next one. What's the final sound you hear at the end of tomboy? What's the last sound in tomboy? I hope you went tomboy, oi, oi. Is it O-I or O-Y? At the end of a word, we use diphthong O-Y to say oi, tomboy. Wait a minute. Do I have a bingo? No. So close. All right, let's do this one. What's the final sound you hear at the end of car? What's the final sound you hear at the end of car? Car, R. You should have said combination A-R, which makes a Bingo! 4 across this way or 4 going down that way. Nice work. Okay, what we're going to do is switch our worksheet. We'll put our bingo sheet on bottom and our worksheet on top. And then, here's kind of the fun part. Since we did a bingo page, we don't need to do the spelling sounds. That was our spelling sound practice. So I like to just make a nice little squiggle line all the way down to number 10, and it stops at number 10. As soon as you have that done, you can park your pencil. And actually, no, let's keep going. We'll do number 11 as a review word. Number 11, will you spell for me, thinking about which digraph says ah at the end of a word, spell for me the word straw. What word? Straw. Straw. Okay, spell for me the word straw, starting S. Ready? S-T-R-A-W. Give me a little thumbs up if you remembered a W says ah at the end of a word. Nice job. Okay, number 12. Get your choppers out because this has a root word and a suffix. Tell me the root word and suffix in jaws. Root word suffix in jaws is jaw. Root word is jaw. Add your suffix, make it say jaws, jaws. Okay, tell me how you spelled it, starting J. Ready? J-A-W, suffix S. We used A-W at the end of jaw with the suffix S. Okay, now you can park your pencil. Now you can really set it down. And I want to show you what I have on the board behind me. So, looking right here, I want to tell you kind of a funny story about something that happened with one of my first graders a few years ago, and his name was Cash. And so I had these words on the board, and I said, okay, first graders, we're going to learn how to read these words, and Cash raised his hand, and he said, Miss Smith, I already know how to read those words. And I said, you do? And he said, yeah, you already taught us that a long time ago. I said, okay, how do I do it then? And he said, see your letter I? Yeah. He said, we already know letter I is a vowel. A vowel followed by a consonant is short. Code it with a breve. And I said, okay. And then he said, you do the same thing down there. A vowel followed by a consonant is short. Code it with the breve. And in these words, I said, so how do I do these ones, Cash? O is a vowel followed by a consonant. Code it with a breve. O followed by a consonant, code it with a breve. And he said, now that there's a breve above it, it makes it short sound and you can read the words like this. Bull, end, blend. End, find. Old, ald. Ald, tald. And he said, Miss Smith, those words are silly. Why did you put silly words up on our board today? And I had to kind of giggle and I said, Cash, you didn't read them correctly. Those are not actually short vowels. And he got a little bit upset and he said, but Miss Smith, it's a vowel followed by a consonant. And I said, I know, but it's also a rule breaker. These words up here are what we call wild Colt words. Will you say that with me? Ready? Wild Colt words. Good work. And a wild Colt word is a word that breaks the rules. So let me tell you what's happening. This vowel I is followed by a consonant. It should be coded with a breve, but it's not. It's actually going to be coded with a macron because it makes its long sound. This I followed by a consonant should be short, code it with a breve, but it's not. We're going to code it with a macron because it makes its long sound. Like that. Same thing here. These should be coded with breves, but we're going to erase the breves and trade them for macrons because they make the long sound. Just like that. Now when I read these words, they actually sound like real words. Listen, blind. That word is blind. Find. Like you find something. Old. Like somebody could be old and gray and have glasses. Old. Told. Like I told you what to do. Now these make sense. Blind, find, old, told. Will you do it with me? Ready? Blind, find, old, told. You got it. Now, how do you know if you're supposed to put a breve above it to say I, or a macron to say I? The answer is you have to just try both sounds. But there is one thing I look for. If I have an I followed by 2 consonants, a lot of times it will say I. If I have an O followed by 2 consonants, a lot of times it will say O. So these are called my wild Colt words. And I think I should tell you a little more about why they're called wild Colt words. So I have a sign here for you to look at, and I hope you notice there's a picture of a wild colt right here. And this wild colt, and a lot of wild colts, are kind of naughty. This wild colt, if you were to tell him, come here, baby horse, he would probably run the other way. If you went up to this wild colt and you tried to brush him and you told him hold still, he would probably start bucking and moving all over the place. If you tried to give this wild colt some hay and you said, here you go, little colt, eat some hay, he might eat the hay, but then he would start nibbling your fingers too. Wild colts are kind of naughty. They don't do what they're supposed to do. Well, and guess what? The letter I and the letter O, sometimes those vowels are kind of naughty and they don't do what they're supposed to do. So this is my wild colt sign to remind me that an I followed by 2 consonants and an O followed by 2 consonants often make the long sound, and we code them with a macron. So I'm going to keep this sign up just so we can see it, and let's do some practice with this. I think what I want you to do is get out your whiteboard if you have a whiteboard, and if not, you can just use a little piece of paper. But let's do some practice with some wild colt words where you don't need an E at the end of these words. They're just going to say their long sound because they're followed by 2 consonants and they're breaking the rule. So first word, spell for me the word gold. What word? Gold. And go ahead and code it as soon as you have it. And let's check it. Gold should be spelled G-O-L-D. And I hope you notice that O is followed by 2 consonants. So I coded it with a macron to show old. Like I found a lot of leprechaun gold. That would be fun. Erase, erase. When I say erase, erase, you erase it if you have a whiteboard, but if you're writing it on paper, just keep going. Okay, next word. This is a word that means if you get in a little bit of trouble and somebody tells you what to do, the word is scold. What word? Scold. Sk, sk, k, k. Which letter says k, k, k in front of sk? O, sk, o. Okay, let's check it. Scold should be spelled S-C-O-L-D. We use C in front of O, and of course I put my macron because of those 2 consonants, L and D, after the O. Erase, erase. Next word has a root word and a suffix, so go ahead and get your choppers out and tell me the root word and suffix in folding. Root word suffix folding is fold-ing. Root word is fold. Add your suffix, make it say fold-ing, fold-ing. And code it. Okay, let's check it. Folding should be spelled F-O-L-D, suffix I-N-G. So we had wild Colt word fold with a macron. Erase, erase. Next word, oh my goodness, this one has a root word and suffix too. Choppers out. Tell me root word and suffix in mostly. Root word suffix mostly is mostly. Root word most. Add your suffix, make it say mostly, mostly. Okay, and let's check it. Mostly should be spelled root word, M-O-S-T, with a suffix, L-Y. I hope you put an L-Y here and not an L-E, because L-E isn't actually a suffix. L-Y is suffix, ly, ly, ly. So you can fix it or keep going. Erase, erase. Next word is a word that means your brain. The word is mind. What word? Mind. Okay, let's check it. Mind should be spelled M-I-N-D. And of course I put my macron over the I. Erase, erase. Next word, this is a word that means if a road goes back and forth, it curves and squiggles. Get your choppers out. Tell me the root word and suffix in winding. Root word suffix winding is wind-ing. Root word is wind. Add your suffix, make it say wind-ing, wind-ing. And let's check it. Winding root word should be spelled W-I-N-D, macron over the I, with a suffix I-N-G. Box the suffix ing. Winding. Erase, erase. And our last word also has a root word and a suffix. So last time, choppers out. Tell me root word and suffix in blindness. Root word suffix blindness is blindness. Root word is blind. After you finish root word blind, make it say blindness, blindness. And let's check it. Blindness should be spelled root word B-L-I-N-D, blind with a suffix ness, N-E-S-S, blindness. So you can either fix it or erase, erase. And let's keep going. You know what? Let's go back to our worksheet. And of course we don't have a new spelling sound for this, for wild Colt words. We'll just use our new spelling rule sign to remind us that letter I and letter O can be kind of naughty and say whatever they want. But let's go ahead and go to number 13 and spell for me the word kind. What word? Kind. Thinking about what says k in front of I. You can get our sign if you need to. Spell kind. Ready? K-I-N-D. Nice job. K in front of I. Kind. Number 14. Spell for me the word told. What word? Told. Okay, spell told, starting T. Ready? T-O-L-D. Nice job, told. Number 15, spell for me the word most. What word? Most. Okay, spelling most, starting M. Ready? M-O-S-T. Nice job, most. Oh my goodness, we are already ready for coding, so here's what I want you to do. I'm going to get my different color. If you have a highlighter or something you'd like to use, you can. Otherwise, just keep going with your pencil and let's code and read. Stay right with me, even if you can go faster, stay with me, and I actually have a story about one of these words in just a minute. Okay, 16, digraph CH, underline. I followed by two consonants, code it with a macron. And start CH, read it, get ready. Child, what word? Child. You got it, child. 17, box your suffix ness. Root word, macron over the I. Will you read just the root word first for me? Starting B, get ready. Blind, whole word, blindness. You got it, that word is blindness, like somebody who can't see. 18 has two words, macron over the O, because it's followed by two consonants, but this one, breve above the I, underline digraph SH. And then let's split it between the two words, split it right after letter D. Will you read it one word at a time, starting G, get ready. Old, gold, fish, what word? Goldfish. You got it, that word is goldfish, match it. Number 19, box your suffix ed. Root word, macron over the O. And can we read just the root word first, starting P? Get ready. Post, whole word, posted. That word is posted, like you hung something up. 20, macron over the I. Oh, that's too easy. Read it. Get ready. Wild. What word? Wild. Like a colt could be wild. 21, final syllable, D-L-E. Bracket, cross out, macron over the A. Will you read it one syllable at a time, starting L? Get ready. Lay, dull, what word? Ladle. And this is a picture of a ladle, this spoon over here. So when you match it, will you curve your line all the way around so you don't bump into this other word? Go downstairs. Oh my goodness, there's a lot here. Digraph TH, underline. Combination ER says arc it. Diphthong OU says ow, arc it. Then I want you to split it right after the letter R to show those two words. But we're actually going to split it one more time because look what we have here. U is a vowel, E is a vowel, consonant, consonant, split the syllables. Breve above the U. Oh my goodness, this is a big one. Can we read one syllable at a time, starting digraph TH? Get ready. Thunder, cloud. What word? Thundercloud. Nice job, that's thundercloud. 23, box your suffix ly. Root word I, consonant E, macron, cross out. Will you read just the root word first, starting W? Get ready. Wide, whole word, widely. Like something is really big and fat, widely. 24, combination AR says R, arc it. And then nice and small, we have a vowel pattern. A is a vowel, A is a vowel, consonant, split it after the first vowel, after letter A, macron the A. One syllable at a time, starting R, get ready. Ray, dar, what word? Radar. A radar is a tool that policemen can use to show how fast a car is going. It's a radar machine. 25, final syllable, T-I-O-N. Bracket. Digraph AU says ah, underline, K back on the C. Starting AU, get ready. Auction, what word? Auction. An auction means a place where you sell things. People can buy them. Auction. Okay. Oh, nice job coding all of those words. So here's my story that has to do with the word, you guessed it, wild. So, when I was in first grade, my dad asked us one day on a Sunday, my brother, my sister, and me, if we wanted to go for a little ride. And we said, okay. So we got in the car and we started driving up this mountain road. And it was winding and winding and winding, and we were going higher and higher and higher until we finally got near the top of this mountain. And my dad pulled over on the side of the road, and we had to hike a little ways up this mountain. But when we got to the top, we came down over the other side, and there was a great big pasture. There was a great big grassy area. And in the grassy area were a whole herd of horses. And they were so pretty. They were dark brown and black, and some of them were white and brown, and they had long manes and long hair. And some of them were eating, and some of them were running, and a couple of them were being wild. And the two that were being wild were the little colts, the little baby horses. And they were bucking, and every time their mothers would run over to them to try to nuzzle them, they would go, nee, and they would buck, and they would run the other way, and their mothers would go after them and try to nuzzle them again, and they would buck and go, nee, and they would run the other way. They kept running and bucking and being so wild, which is why I actually love wild colts, because it reminds me of that fun trip I got to take with my dad and my brother and my sister. Okay, last thing is to do our sight word deck. Remember, this is only half the deck, and we're going to go quickly, starting on sight word could. Will you read them with me? Ready? Could, mother, brother, another, many, any, move, love, I, people, they, for, again, tomorrow, together, today, once, world, work, word, learn, heard, earth, early, were, answer, something, only, other, live, have, give, says, school, of, said, could. Nice job. Okay, that concludes our phonics lesson for today, so I will see you next time. Ciao!